Adora's on her way. She's coming. It's weird. It's weird that I don't find cisgender rude. Is that what you mean? Cisgender is just an adjective that describes a relationship between your gender identity and your sex assigned at birth. So if your gender identity and your sex assigned at birth are in alignment, meaning that you were assigned female at birth and identify as a girl or a woman, or if you were assigned male at birth and identify as a boy or a man, you're cisgender. That's it. It's not very complicated. It really shouldn't offend anyone. Awesome. There she is. All right, I think I have the right layout on, but I haven't been the one hosting before, so yep. Okay, cool. Hi.
All right. Hello.
I'm waiting to see what you look like. Oh, I like the hair.
Thank you. 1 second. I swear this thing never works exactly right the first time.
I know.
All right, there we go.
Yay. Cool. I did my makeup like this blue color because I was wearing like a different color shirt, and then I changed it at like the last minute. But I'm like, whatever. I forgot that the lighting looks different when you're on this layout. Like it likes to wash. Whatever. Hello, everybody. Tap the screen. Can you go live?
Mel, are you good if I stream this to Twitch?
Yeah, no, you're fine. Go ahead.
Cool.
What did you just say, Tammy?
Oops, I forgot to. 1 second. Sorry, Twitch.
Why President Trump back? God.
What, because people have fun on the internet and advocate for kids and,
Yeah.
and marginalized communities? God forbid.
Hello, friends. Hello. What time will this end? All right, we're gonna do it for 2 hours, but we can probably add like a couple of minutes on just until see if we can get the views up a little bit higher first. And then we can announce what you are like fading in and out.
Yeah, it's because I'm looking in a million different directions rather than looking straight ahead. All right, I should be good now. I just have to share the live to my Discord.
Can you end it in like 5 minutes instead? Why don't you just leave? You could do that. You can just go away. This woman's husband must love having her on here all day. You guys are funny.
All right. I swear I'm set up now.
Okay, no, you're good. What's going on in these comments? Who's here that actually likes us?
Right?
Put the pride of flags in the comments if you're here on the side of support.
All right. Do we want to talk briefly about what we're fundraising for?
Yeah, the views are going up, so I was hoping they'd go above.
Okay, cool.
All right, well, you can start because you've been doing it all week.
Sure. All right, so I am fundraising for a family in Palestine who is trapped in Gaza, trying to help them get out of Gaza. The person who's running the fundraiser, their name is Shadi Alaikaluk. He's raising money for his family. They need 30,000 euros. 100% of the gifts that I received today will go to his family. Take it away, Mel.
All right, and the money coming to me will go to the Operation Olive Branch. I always fuck up this word. Perinatal. I don't know why to say. It's the Perinatal Project. So what it is Operation Olive Branch connects families in Gaza to essential perinatal care. That includes doulas, midwives, OBGYNs, I had to write this down because I can't remember anything. Family physicians, lactation consultants, and therapists. So
All right.
either one of us, the money's going
Yes.
somewhere. Like, so.
Yes, exactly.
I can't fundraise it.
All right, guys, tap that screen, share the live. Let's get this party started.
We have no requests. So this topic is about you're referring to cisgender. If you are cisgender or you've been called cisgender, you don't like it, that word scares you, come in, we can talk about it. Oh, and then Adora's just looking for questions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I suppose I ought to say that.
Talk about.
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Cool. All right. Which thing did you want to talk about?
Mine's not doing it right.
I know, isn't it
Cis?
fun?
You're asking if cis scares me?
Yeah, because it's our Halloween live, so we had to word it that way.
I mean, it doesn't scare me, but it's like kind of annoying concept.
Do you find other adjectives to be annoying?
I mean, not as much as cis because I'm a straight white male, so
Okay. Do you know what cis means?
I don't consider. Yeah, it's the same gender from when you were born.
Well, it actually just means that your gender identity aligns with your sex assigned at birth. So it's telling you two things at once: that you were male
So-
and female.
Yeah. So I'm a man. I was born a boy, turned into a man, and I'm still one. So that's what that means.
Pretty
Well,
close, not quite, but
But it actually has to do with your sex being male.
yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. So I know Adorable's trans, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is it like, so if what you quote unquote say like cisgender man, right? If a cisgender man was to get with you, would he be considered gay if he was considering himself to be straight?
A cisgender man was to get with me. A man who is attracted to women is straight.
Sleep with you, if he slept with you.
Yeah, a man who is only attracted to other women is straight.
But would that be gay?
What does that have to do with the topic?
Nothing.
I mean, cis
No,
doesn't.
literally said it would not be gay. That would be straight.
I disagree. I think it's gay.
Okay. You're wrong. I don't know what to tell you.
No, it's definitely gay.
It's not. It's not. If a cisgender man is attracted to a trans woman, then that
That
is
makes them gay as shit.
okay. Is that all you got? You don't like?
Are you here for the topic or what?
You have a problem with?
No, I'm just strolling. I'm driving. I'll see you guys.
Wildly irresponsible. So just
Christ. Wow. Anybody better than that one? We can only
Right.
go up from here.
literally.
Oh.
Yo.
Hello.
Hello.
I do not associate.
Can you turn the music off?
niggers.
No, they turned it on.
I'll take that as a no. Yeah.
I lied when I said I could only go up from here. Somehow it got worse.
Right. Yeah.
Hi,
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Cool. Go ahead.
I don't really know what that means. I just joined in here. I was
This?
just curious. Yeah.
It's referring to cisgender. Do you know what cisgender?
No, I don't.
Okay, so cisgender is just an adjective that describes the relationship between gender identity and sex. So if you're cisgender and your sex assigned at birth,
I'm sorry?
okay, it means that your sex assigned at birth and your gender identity align. So
Okay.
if you were assigned female at birth and identify as a girl or a woman,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I am. Yeah.
yeah, then you're cisgender.
All right.
Oh,
Badass.
okay. So then it definitely does not scare me.
Awesome.
All right. Awesome.
All right, thank you.
Well, it definitely got better.
Yep.
I don't understand how that could scare somebody.
You'd be amazed. I mean, yeah.
Errors.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you're a little crackly, Hailey. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I have a baby attacking me, so
Maybe that's
it might be that.
All right, we'll
Sorry.
continue. We'll drop you down. We'll continue to finish
No
this
worries.
sentence there.
Thank
All
you.
right, bye. You were saying something, but I don't know what it was. There's something about being cisgender. I don't know. The crackly sound distracted me. I don't know, but we have more requests.
All right, fantastic.
Isn't it fun to change your background back and forth?
It is so fun. And then when it finally switches, you like you finally get it set up, and then you get a new guest.
Are you guys are just gonna mass report me tonight? Is that what you're gonna do? That's fun. Appreciate that.
Good times.
All right. If any of you that are in the request want to have a conversation, you can come back in a minute. I gotta reset.
Oh, already? Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, no, I said that because I already got a violation.
Wow. Remember last time, like we got violations right off the bat, and then none, and then right at the end.
I hope that's how it'll go. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Maybe I gotta switch like all lives I do to sub only lives, I guess, but like, come on. It's so frustrating. All right.
It's the background all in one go.
No, it's so annoying. Anyway, we're back. If you were here last time, welcome back. I had like 6 requests, I think, so hopefully someone comes back to do that. Also, I forgot to mention earlier that the GoFundMe link that I'm going to be donating to is in my bio if you want to check it out.
I really need to get my backup account set up. Like my bio for my backup account is not up to date with my main. So like my link tree is not hooked up. So the GoFundMe is not properly linked. You know, I could probably wonder if I could do that on my tablet over here while we're live.
Probably. This is the first time I've ever put a link in my bio. That's how that's how I am.
It looks great. Did I dye it? It's a Chloe Price wig, guys. It's a Chloe Price wig.
The colors, I mean, they're perfect.
I mean, not only did I dye it, but I also grew it out on the side really fast.
That's true. Have you thought about doing a different hairstyle, or are you still
Thinking about shaving this side and then pulling it all back.
Cool.
Like doing, like, having like the, what's it called? The sideburn on both sides.
Uh-huh.
Maybe occasionally doing a mohawk.
Fun.
As a kid, I wanted a mohawk so bad. I've never had a mohawk, so I don't know. Maybe that'll be my next thing. I'll switch reset.
Normie is yelling, no! That's funny. Okay.
I am not on the ball for Twitch. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Twitch. I'm not on the ball. My live disability isn't on? How do I do that?
I don't know. Why is no one else connecting? Like, I've tried to connect like 3 people.
Hey, how's it going?
There it is. All right. How old are you?
I'm 49.
49. All right. What's up?
I was just curious, talking about the topic of cis and everything. If gender is from society, how can it simultaneously be from an individual?
Because it is psychological and social.
That didn't answer my question, with all due respect.
Yeah, Dad. It's in your brain and social.
So it's in your brain and social?
Yep. There are multiple aspects to gender.
How is that so, and how do you know what you believe is what you believe?
Because it's not a belief, right? It's just a truth that you know about yourself. As your gender identity develops, it develops in your brain as a child.
Wait, it's a truth, like capital T truth, or a truth that you understand?
What?
I don't understand that.
Is it capital T truth?
I don't know what that means.
So, I mean, there's certainly lowercase t truths.
Wait. When you say truth, what do you mean exactly?
It's something that you know about yourself, like how you know your favorite color or how you know what your favorite foods are. Like you just know it.
Okay, so I'll go back to my original question. If gender is from society, how can it simultaneously be from an individual?
Gender is not only from society.
Is it a part of
also
it?
Psychological.
Okay, so what is the social part of social psychoschema?
The social part is your gender expression.
Okay, so what are you expressing it to?
Society.
People around us and to ourselves.
Wait. What'd you say, Adora? Can you repeat that?
The people around us and to ourselves.
So what do the people around you make up?
Society. Where are you going here, Jim?
So if gender is
expression.
Yeah.
Societal. We're not arguing that.
I'm not talking about gender expression. I'm talking about gender identity. If gender is
Gender identity is innate. Gender identity is not social.
okay, if gender is from society, how can it simultaneously be from an individual?
You just said that gender expression is societal. Gender identity is psychological.
Yes, but how can they both simultaneously be different? How can one be societal and
One
one be
is the way that you
individual?
express yourself to yourself and the world around you.
That doesn't answer the question I just asked, Mel.
Yes, it does.
Because gender, there's multiple parts to gender. It's not just one thing. There's multiple parts to it.
So when I asked the question of gender is from society, do you agree that gender is from society, right? It's a societal norm?
Partially.
Wait. No offense, Mel. I was kind of trying to ask Adora because Adora.
Flashy.
You're here for both of us.
And I understand that. But Adora, do you honestly believe that gender is from society? The construct.
Gender expression. Gender expression is a social construct.
Okay, so if gender is from society, how can it simultaneously...
Gender expression is a social construct. Gender expression.
Yep, we're getting there. Don't worry. Gender expression is from society. So if gender expression is from society, how can it simultaneously be from an individual?
Because there's multiple parts to gender.
No, that doesn't answer the
Okay, up here we're going to place the word gender. Down here we're going to place the word identity, and down here we're going to place the word expression. You just connect a line to both of them.
No, that's not how that
they're
works.
different parts of the same thing.
That's not how that works, my friend. That's not how that works. No, it's not. I can break it down. Do you want me to break it down?
Go for it.
Okay, what is gender expression?
The way
like the clothing that you wear, the way that you move.
That's not true. What is gender expression?
if you fucking
I love how you're just.
Wait. Are you okay? If you say that, what you were just about to say, I stopped you to save you. If you say what you were going to
save us, wow, how nice.
If you say what you were just going to say, what does a woman dress like?
Again, this is societal.
Whatever they want.
Not again. You didn't answer this question.
It's going to depend on what society you live in, like what culture you live in.
Pick any culture.
It literally changes community to community.
Okay, what does a woman dress
Person
like?
to person.
You're saying that you identify as a woman. What does a woman dress like?
We just answered. It varies community to community. We just answered. It varies community to community.
Okay, so what does your community say that a woman dress like? Your personal community.
My personal community, I'm part of many different communities.
All the communities that you're a part of, what do they say a woman dress like?
It varies.
No, don't say it varies. That's a cop-out.
The answer is that it varies.
Okay, let me ask you personally, what does a woman dress like, Adora?
It literally varies.
Let me have
We're answering you. You don't like the answer.
Yeah, let me
We're answering you
with Adora.
No, you're up here for both Mel and Aya. You are Mel's guest.
You decided to speak out about it, Adora. What does a woman dress like in your community? Kick me if you want. You can answer this question.
I'm not kicking you. I'm pinning my.
Okay, just sit back. Okay, so what is a woman dressed like, Adora?
Which you should change the thing.
How many more times? How many more ways can I say it?
No.
So
explain to me.
So like, if we take what we stereotypically associate with womanhood, dresses, long hair, makeup, etc., and then you look at another community. Another community would be butch women. Butch women tend to have short hair, wear long baggy jeans, etc., t-shirts, that kind of stuff. No makeup. It varies community to community.
Yeah, the first one that you said is that a definite for women? Do they have to be this way?
No.
How many more times do we have to say no?
Hold up, Mel. I'm trying to have a
Telling me
conversation
to
with
hold up
Adora.
at my own fucking life.
Because you don't know what you're talking about. No offense, but you.
Why is it that you're comfortable talking with me but not Mel?
No, I want to have this conversation with you because you identify as.
Yeah, no, why? Why me?
Both
Adora,
identify
have
as
this
women.
conversation
We
with
both
me.
identify as women.
Stop ducking me. Have this conversation with me. What is a woman?
We both identify as women.
Oh, Mel, I'll have this conversation with you in a second. I promise I will have this. Adora, I want to.
You are a misogynist, my guy.
I'm a misogynist. Okay, so what's the definition of a misogynist? I'm willing to have this philosophical debate with you right now.
Fuck.
How am I a misogynist? By the words that I've said, what makes me a misogynist?
You don't perceive me as a woman, so you're comfortable talking to me,
Wait,
but you
how
perceive Mel as a woman, so you're not comfortable talking to her.
Yeah, no, I want to talk to you because you claim to be a woman. Mel is
Well, I
a
don't care.
female.
No.
Adora, what
we
makes
both
you a
claim
woman
to be
specifically?
women. We both claim to be women.
No,
Neither one of
no,
us
you don't
can
claim to
prove
be a
it.
woman. You are.
And she's a woman.
How do you know this? What leads you? Okay. If you guys want to go this route, I didn't want to go this route, but Mel? Why do you believe what you believe? What's the totality of your belief?
What are you talking about?
The totality of your belief.
No, totality.
Everything you believe right now, Mel.
Wait, Adora, that's not what I said. Wait, Adora, that's not what I said.
What do you think totality means?
No, I didn't say totality. Mel, I asked you, what's the totality of what you believe?
Tautology?
Tautology.
What the fuck?
Tautology?
You don't know what that is. Okay, so let's move on to Adora, because you're not smart enough to have this conversation.
Oh,
Adora. Yeah, you're going to...
Goodbye.
Oh my god, you think you're just gonna let me?
He was just trying to use big words to sound smarter and put you down.
Anyway, so here's some examples of how people express their gender identity, right? So gender expression, clothing or hairstyle, preferred name or nickname, social behavior that reflects varying degrees of aggression, dominance, dependency, and gentleness. Manner and style of behavior and social gestures, and other nonverbal actions identified as masculine or feminine. Social relationships, including gender of friends and people they decide to get intimate. Here you go.
So tautology is the saying of the same thing twice in different words, generally considered to be a fault of style. I don't know where you've been going with it. Yeah.
I don't even know what this means. Oh my god. Hello.
Hi, I'm 30.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to quickly clarify. So gender identity is how you identify, how you feel about yourself psychologically, and gender expression is how you express that feeling.
Sure. I wouldn't call it a feeling, but yeah.
It's how you express how you identify. Am I right?
Are you talking
What?
about
I didn't follow.
now? Yeah, now I'm confused.
No. I'm just touching on the previous conversation you had with the previous guest. So I'm kind of confused on the difference between gender identity and expression. So my understanding is that identity is how you, the gender that you identify with on a psychological level, and expression is how you express that identification.
Yeah.
Oh, so I got it. Oh my god, why was it so hard for Jim to understand?
Because he didn't want to. Because he didn't want to.
Yeah, it's really fucking simple, guys.
It is.
I have one more question. So, I was assigned male at birth, and I identify as a male, so I am cisgendered, correct?
Yeah. Typically, when we talk about your gender as actually being a man, right? But then some societies or some places you do use those interchangeably still. So, being male, assigned male at birth, and your gender identity being man.
Yeah, so that would make me cisgendered. And if I am a gay man, so that would make me a cisgendered homosexual. Am I right?
Yep, absolutely. You are.
Okay, got it. I just learned something about myself today. Thanks, guys.
Badass. W. Evan.
Keep doing what you're doing, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Mel, before we bring the next guest up, can I say something real quick?
Yep.
I just wanted to say thank you to the person who sent a Cash App. They sent it during the first live before we had to reset. I forgot to mention it. So thank you so much to the person who sent $10. Every single gift that I received today, be it a Cash App,
And that GoFundMe link is also in my link or in my bio. Oh my god, I can't talk. This is why I don't do things outside of my norm.
yes, right?
I can't talk. Anyway.
Hey,
Hi.
how are y'all doing?
All
Doing
right.
fantastic.
Doing fantastic. Okay, so Mel, I don't remember exactly what day. I want to say it was this week, might have been last week. You had a guest on your panel named Demi, and I believe you both know who I'm talking about. Okay, so Demi had said that there were 107 genders.
That's correct.
Okay,
Categories.
so I'm sorry.
There's 107 gender categories.
So I went and just did like a quick Google search of 107 genders just to see for my own knowledge, because I know I've heard on probably both of y'all's lives about different throughout history, today, etc., different cultures. Now, the list that I found of the 107 genders does list cisgender, cis female, cis male, cis man, cis woman, etc.
So,
oh yes, please go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. I totally interrupted.
Okay. So the other thing is that it does list female by itself and woman by itself as genders. So I'm unclear as to why it would be wrong of me to not use cis in my gender.
So I've seen the list that you're talking about. I don't. It's not necessarily a list of genders so much as is a list of words that we use to describe gender in various ways. As far as there are 107 genders, that's more or less a random number that's just been picked. The reality is that there's theoretically infinite genders. There's no need to cap the amount of genders that there are because it is social and it can vary community to community.
Right, but am
Right,
I?
that's why they use the word categories, right? And yes, you can use, especially in some societies, it's more common to use female as a gender identity in separate from woman. But you're still, so even if you say that, like the previous gastrite said that they were assigned male at birth and identified as a male,
Right.
that's still using male as the sex that you were assigned at birth and male as the gender identity, still making them aligned, still making them cisgender.
Right. So I kind of feel, and like I said, I'm going to go with feel, that there is this pressure for me and sort of my peer group to identify as cis, or else if I say I'm not cis, then I'm trans. And the last person who said that to me started calling me sir, which I thought was very inappropriate. But just based on this list, I should be able to just say I'm a woman or I am a female.
You can.
Without the cis.
Yeah. You don't
Right.
have to use cisgender all the time. Thank you. You don't have to use
What do you mean
cisgender
all the time? So there's sometimes I do have to use it.
Right. If you're talking about specific things, like if you're talking about the oppression of transgender people, you could talk about how the cisgender actually are the oppressors, right? They are.
So I'm oppressing people.
You're in the group. Yeah, you're in the category of people that are oppressing transgender people. Yes.
How?
Thank you for the head mustache.
How am I oppressing them?
Thank you for the hat. Oh, okay. So,
what am I doing in my life that's oppressing people?
Oh, okay. So generally speaking, you're cisgender. You're a member of the cisgender community, and what the cisgender community does that harms the trans community is strip us of rights, ostracize us, invalidate our identities, not hire us, fire us. We face high rates of violence, etc. And it is specifically the Republican Party that is stripping us of rights. So people who vote Republican are part of our oppressive group.
Okay, so if I vote Republican, then I automatically oppress the trans community. But if I vote Democrat, then I am not oppressing the trans community.
I won't say that. You're not actively damaging people by voting for Democrats. Democrats are at best do-nothings when it comes to protecting marginalized rights, and there's also significant problems within the Democratic Party. And it does not absolve someone of being transphobic, racist, misogynistic, etc.
So if I vote Democrat, I can still be transphobic.
Yes.
Also, I have a question. What does that mean?
What? Transphobic?
Transphobia?
Yeah, specifically, like, what does that mean? I mean, obviously, we could all Google, but I'm curious. Like, am I transphobic? I might be, but I don't know. I don't know what it means.
Okay.
It's a fear of, irrational aversion to, or prejudice towards trans people.
So just a prejudice, because that's not really a phobia.
Well, it is.
To be prejudiced is to be afraid of.
No.
A phobia is not. Sorry.
Transphobia.
I'm trying to understand, because I feel like as a cis oppressor, I'm sort of labeled transphobic, right? Just by like the nature of my existence. So I'm just curious, like, so basically I no matter what I do, I oppress people. And
no, Jackie. You're part of the oppressive class. It doesn't automatically make you an oppressor.
Right. You have privilege, so you can recognize your privilege and use that for good.
Okay, so I need to vote Democrat, and then what else would I do to be less oppressive and prejudiced?
Do you know why we were saying vote Democrat?
Well, I don't align myself with either party, because I think that they're both really kind of terrible.
It's not about just voting Democrat, right? Like there's.
Oh, okay, all right. What? So not just about voting Democrat.
Right, because it's specifically because of Republicans, right? As Adora said.
Okay, so I just don't vote for Republicans.
Or libertarians.
Oh, okay. So okay, I'm gonna.
That was a jab. That was a jab. That's all that was.
Can I give you a little pushback on that, because I actually feel like libertarian. Did you say I'm breaking up?
Third party is kind of like a wasted vote.
No, I understand. I'm just going to give a little pushback on libertarians, because I actually think libertarians might help your cause, at least in terms of adults, not children. It probably doesn't help the trans kids. But as far as the adults, I feel like libertarians are really like kind of like live your life, small government.
If it doesn't help the kids, then it doesn't help the community.
Okay, so it has to help all.
It has to help the kids too.
Yeah, you can't just leave them behind.
Well, I'm not saying we leave. I'm saying it would help the adult, because obviously I think people have said, I don't know any off the top of my head, but I believe there is talk of like some legislation that would affect adults and not just children. Is that correct?
I'm sorry?
There is legislation that would hurt the trans adult community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not just the children. Because I know a lot of the states want to stop sort of the medical GAC for the kids, but this is also for the adults as well, and that's just the Republicans?
Yep.
Almost exclusively. While there are Democrats that do vote in favor of these laws, they're never created and led by the Democratic Party.
Okay. I hear you. Okay, so how would I? Okay, so we're just going to take all the Republicans off the table. How else would I not be transphobic or a TERF? Is it like I have
Just
to allow?
don't vote for anyone who's going to strip us of our rights.
Don't vote.
If anyone who is looking to strip a marginalized community of their rights, don't vote for them.
So,
don't vote for people who want to strip women's rights. Don't vote for people who want to strip the rights of black people. Don't strip the rights of people who are. Don't vote for people who are trying to strip the rights of the LGBT community.
Are there people that are
literally
trying to strip the rights? Like what rights specifically?
Gender affirming care. Yeah.
So it's just the gender affirming care across
the right
the board.
to vote, the right to.
I'm sorry,
healthcare.
somebody's trying to take away people's right to vote.
Yeah, in some area, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what you mean. Who is losing the right to vote?
Marginalized communities, right? But again, we are talking about this live is talking about trans people.
No. I just want to see, because I'm a cis oppressor, so I'm trying to see how I could be less.
You're so stuck on that. It's a little disappointing.
But that's the topic. It says, does cis
privilege?
scare you?
Like that's the point. You have privilege, right?
I'm privileged. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I am extremely blessed. I am extremely blessed, and I try
blessed,
to.
though. That's not what I said. Blessed is different, right? You have.
No, I would count that as a privilege. I'm an American, so I count that as a privilege.
Oh, geez. All right. Again, you have cisgender privilege, which means you're not losing your rights for being cisgender specifically.
So I might kind of disagree with you on that.
What
Wait, you're saying that
well,
as a result of being cisgender, you're being.
I mean, I think the Title IX updates directly hurt.
Privilege, you guys. Jesus.
I think they directly hurt. I would like to not use cis since it's on this list that I can use woman or female. Is that okay with y'all?
Again, that's not the point, right? If we're talking about cisgender people and a group of the cisgender oppressing group, well, I can't speak, then you need to use cisgender adjective.
So am I oppressing people if I say I want only women to be here's the thing is that people are like, okay, everybody should be able to be in whatever bathroom, locker room, sports they want, right? No. And that we should do it by like some kind of like weight or height or whatever, right?
No, who said that? Any of those things?
I mean, I've heard it tossed around.
Right. So no, we didn't say those things, right? I do think that you should use the bathroom that makes you feel most comfortable.
Right. So I've actually stopped using the bathroom in public.
Well, you keep talking about things like you've changed the subject so many times, and we haven't been able to talk about it.
I feel like we're sort of talking about the same thing. We're talking about, am I scared of cis? And I'm an oppressor, and I'm not quite sure how I could not be an oppressor. It just sounds like
okay, Jackie. Are trans women? Are trans identities valid?
Period.
Not to me, no.
Okay, so yes, you not only are you a member of the oppressive community, but you are actively transphobic.
Okay, so I am transphobic.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I could do better if I voted for Democrats.
You could do better if you start by recognizing your
yeah. Voting for a Democrat isn't going to undo what you just said.
So I don't
understanding what being transgender is, how to validate transgender people, how to actually view them as who they are. Stop being a condescending and pretending that you're not someone that you are. How about that?
I don't understand. Who am I pretending to be?
Yeah, I don't know. No idea. Tell me that.
Read between the lines.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, I know who she is. And trying to pretend like you give a fuck, like, absolutely not. Go away.
They do that. They constantly do that. They just act like they care when they don't.
It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. Ugh, Steph, hello. How old are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Yourself?
Good. I was asking your age.
Oh, sorry. I'm 30.
You're fine. Okay, go ahead.
All gifts donated to Palestine, guys. All my gifts donated to a family in Palestine.
See, we can't.
Sorry, I had to get it in quick.
No, you're totally fine. All right, what'd you say, Steph?
I was just gonna say, well, your comments are absolutely spinning me out. To be fair, I'm not American. I'm from the UK, so I can't comment on your politics and stuff like that. What the lady said before me was not right. Everyone is valid, and everyone should think everyone is valid. There's no reason to. Where I am, there is already unisex toilets and there's unisex changing rooms and stuff in our leisure centres and stuff like that. But no, cis, to answer the question on the board, the cis doesn't scare me. Cis just means on the same side of, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I've been learning over the past, for a while. A few of my friends are trans. A few of my friends are in the LGBTQ. They do update me on everything. And, but yeah, the legislation over here is actually changing to include LGBTQ. They've put a bill through. I just wanted to say that anyway, through when it comes to DV cases, when it comes to trans people. It's going to be a person-centered approach rather than a gendered-centered approach. But, yeah.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah. They say over here, DV, for some reason, they don't seem to believe men. But whenever women say something, they do the investigations, they do everything that they're supposed to do. But when it comes to men and transgendered people,
I gotcha.
yeah,
Okay.
for some reason they're less likely to believe them for some reason or another. So they're bringing in obviously a person-centered approach, which means obviously it goes case by case rather than by gender.
Well, hopefully they do better. They need to do better with that here in the United States. It's a societal problem for sure, but any type of progress. I know that the UK is doing some strange shit though after we did here when it comes to like healthcare and stuff. So
yeah, they won't allow any child under the age of 18 to have puberty blockers now here. Gender affirming care hasn't been taken off the table, but the person has to be 18. From what I've seen recently.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like they keep changing things up there though. Because originally they were gonna follow, or from what I thought anyway, they were supposed to be trying to follow the WPATH guidelines, but yeah, politics keep getting into healthcare and it's not helping anything. But
no, they shouldn't be bringing in. They should. Oh my god, I've lost my train of thought now.
I know, we're all like scatterbrained tonight.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Because my brain is literally just on the.
I don't know what I said.
That they tried to follow WPATH?
Yeah, I was saying politicians shouldn't be getting involved with healthcare, I think is what I said. Is that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Doctors should be able to choose, who they want to treat and when they want to treat them. Politicians who have no medical background shouldn't be having anything to do with gender affirming care or any other healthcare services because they have no clue what they're on about. But yeah, they don't. I agree with everything that you've been saying. You know what I mean? People just don't. The questions I've had in the past is about like sex and gender, and obviously gender being a social construct and everything like that, which I completely agree with because it was humans that come up with gender in the first place, which people don't seem to understand.
What? No, kidding. Well, thank you, Steph. I appreciate the positivity after that previous guest.
Yeah, thanks for letting me up anyway.
Yeah, of course. Have a good day.
And you.
All right, not bad. You have a good one, Steph.
I think it's daytime there, right? I don't know.
Yeah. Guys, I have raised $13 this live for Shadi Alaikaluk and his family in Gaza. They're trying to get out. Please help them. 100% of the gifts that I received today, 100% of the Cash Apps and Venmos that I received today will go to Shadi Alaikaluk and his family. So your help is appreciated.
Like shit, what is the word? Perinatal. Why did
Perry, the name Perry, Perry, natal.
Perinatal.
Perinatal.
Perinatal care. Yeah, so that I don't know why I chose something that was so difficult for me to say. The gifts that I'm receiving are going for perinatal care in families in Gaza, which has to do with pregnancy, therapy, again, OBGYN care, I forgot the other things, stuff to do with babies, pregnancy. Oh my God. No, why don't you just be how you usually are? Okay, cool. I will be. Thank you. Anyway, hello.
Hi, can you hear
Hi,
me?
how old are you?
I am 28.
Hold on just a second. I do have the link to the GoFundMe that I'm going to be donating to in my bio. You can just go directly there if you'd like. Okay. You're 28, you said?
Yes.
All right, go ahead. Sorry, I'll be right back, Adora.
So,
No problem.
does the cis scare me? No, I thought that I would just put my input because I see this question a lot. And I had an aunt who, she's passed away now, but she had struggled with this her whole life. And the way my mom explained it was just that she had always known, but it wasn't like a thing that was like accepted or nobody cared at that time. And they just kind of told her that she needed to get over it and everything like that. But my mom always said that like her family and her parents were always so accepting of it just because she had always been like that. And so a lot of people would say like she was choosing this to be this way and that she had like something wrong with her or just like mentally wrong with her. She needed help. Finally, she got her gender affirming care or surgery, I'm sorry. And that just led to like a spiral in her mental health just because she was transitioning from male to female. And I just don't think there was a lot of care or like information about it. So she made the choice that she thought was good for her, and it turned out not to be. And so when people ask like, oh, is cis scary? I always think back to that of like when we have to have a word for everything. So although I would be cis and somebody else would be trans, it's just like the opposite, I guess. And it's just like a word to describe what you are. It's not something that's like negative or
It's not.
And so I see or I hear some people and they're like, no, I'm just a woman. I'm not a cis woman, but like it would be the same as you're heterosexual or you're bisexual or
Right. They typically don't have problems with any other adjectives. It just it's just straight up cisgender. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think maybe because it's like a newer.
What I think is going to happen, and I've said this multiple times, is I think that when cisgender people finally accept it, when more cisgender, they're going to be like proud to be cisgender, just like they're proud to be straight, you know, running around telling everybody.
I'm waiting for the cisgender parades.
Yeah, seriously. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing, but it's going to be a while. So. Oh, we have the connection went out. Did you have anything else?
Sorry, I think my connection like messed up, but I do think I got the gist of what you were saying. But yeah, I don't know how to reiterate to other people that cis is just like a term, just like heterosexual. Like it's not you're not a freak. It's a term to describe something like.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. And that's the thing is people that typically people that don't have a problem with the trans community accept the adjective really easily. You explain it to them and they're like, oh, okay. And that's it. But
well, thank you. I just wanted to share. So
of course. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, trans people aren't new. As the previous guest talked about her aunt, you know, transgender people have been around a long time, and in the past were much less supported. There wasn't gender affirming care, but there were still trans people. Typically, back in the 70s and I think the 80s, I'll check that, a lot of trans people would get their own hormones off the streets, and it was dangerous. They didn't have anything monitored. But the desperation would kick in where they would medicate themselves and harm themselves. And gender affirming care is a very well monitored process, and it's a much safer option for people, and nobody, even children, and nobody should be losing access to that.
Yeah. I want to say thank you to the person who just cashed out to me $25. Thank you so much. That is going to Shadi Alaikaluk and his family in Gaza. Thank you.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
How old are you?
37. I'm sorry. I got food in my mouth.
Bad timing. You can finish if you need to.
First, I like your headdress. I'm sorry.
Thank you. This or the wig?
Adora, I like your hair, by the way.
Thank you.
So before, I'm so sorry.
I think you should do your hair like that. Grow it out, Adora.
Before, I think, Jess, the girl before the other girl. So I'm straight male. I'm supportive though.
Cool.
Okay, so cis male, you would say that'd be in the category of people that are oppressive, correct?
Yes, it just means that you being cisgender, you're not losing rights for being cisgender. You're not being oppressed.
But that doesn't mean
transgender people are.
That doesn't mean that myself as an individual is an oppressor, though, right?
Yeah, you're just part of the group.
Part of the group, right? Okay, that's why because I do want to educate myself and learn more, because I don't really understand what the cis part meant at one point.
But you understand it now?
I think so, yeah. Because I have a child, and at any time, my child could choose to go a different way of his life. Excuse me. So that's why I like to be as open-minded as I can be, because that's my child. You're somebody's child, and you know. But yeah, I just wanted to know exactly what that meant, but now I know. Thank you.
I'm gonna try to explain something to you and hope I don't fuck it up, because something's weird going on with my brain here tonight. But so what typically happens is parents assume their children's gender, right, based on their sex. So typically, I don't know if you have a boy or a girl, but when a child is born, they're assigned either male or female, and then parents assume the baby's gender based on that. So if a baby is assigned male, they're assumed to be a boy. But what can happen is the baby, as the baby gets older, grows into a child, right? Their gender identity can develop incongruent from their sex. which means they may not be a boy, right? That's all it is.
And I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, so as long as you're willing to understand that, right, and just go with whatever your child, tells you in the future, which typically children will be cisgender. The assumption will be correct. That's why I wouldn't even tell people to like stop assuming that your babies are cisgender.
Right.
It's just common. Just be open to them not being. That's all.
Okay. I think. Yeah, that's all I had really question about.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. All right, we are out of requests.
That means you guys got to go back to the tap mines.
What age did your child come out? She was 13.
Thank you for the compliments, everyone. Appreciate it.
My children were not assigned at birth. God created them, boy or girl. Oh, that's not even what I was going to read. I don't even know. Okay. All right, if anybody has any questions,
Yes. Yep. You can
ask
come up for questions, ask for advice. Yeah. Sorry, we figured we would do like a positive and a negative kind of thing. Like the debates are tough. The debates can be really, really tough emotionally. So we figured we'd do something also alongside it that wasn't tough and or not necessarily not tough. Advice and question asking can be tough, but something that's not negative, like debating the validity of trans identities.
Exactly. So if anyone wants to come in and talk about anything positive too, we don't only have to have opposition tonight.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh, I just had a question.
How old are you?
18, born February 11th, 2006.
All right, go ahead.
So I was just wondering, because I know your kid's trans, and I transitioned at 14. Like, is your kid fine with like being, like posted on social media? Because I'm just curious, because I never.
Yeah. I talked to her about it way before. I mean, she's not like her identity is not revealed, right? But yeah, way before I started talking about this, I talked to her about this.
Because, like, I mean, at least for me, like, I didn't want people at my school just knowing, so that's interesting.
Well, people at her school don't know me, so.
Oh, like they don't know you through, like, teacher conferences or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Interesting. So, like, any profit you get, do you, like, give it to her, or?
No. No.
Oh.
That's
kind of a weird.
Mel is advocating for the entire trans community. She's speaking on behalf of her daughter. She's not using her daughter to make money. And she never asked for money in the first place. The money just kind of started coming in when she started advocating.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I first started, I started just talking on other people's lives, just to give advice to parents. And then I was like, oh, I'll go live. And I thought I would be like a little baby creator with like 20 people. And that didn't happen. So, yeah.
I see. That's interesting. That's cool, I guess. So, like, your kid, so does your kid also like to add to like does she like make videos of her own, or?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, that's good. I was like, being 13 on TikTok, that would.
Well, she's 15 now, but no.
That would not go very well, but interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go now.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there, Amir. It's a bad thing for kids to be on TikTok.
Agree. And thank you. And there's also like there are creators on here that have they're young trans kids on this app and like make content on them, and that would be terrifying to me, honestly.
Yeah.
And I am, again, when I did this, like, I am in a privileged position that I recognize that, I mean, I don't want to have to move again, right? But I do have that privilege to still be able to advocate and protect my kid. So if I had to relocate again, I would, but it's not something I want to do. Mel's just making excuses. Excuses for what? You guys are funny. All right. Anyway, we're out of request again. Let's see. We could talk about. I don't know. I got Twilight lip oil.
I figured it out, Mel. I figured out how I got my firearm ban. I'm not gonna show it. It's the necklace that I got for this costume. I went to put it on. I'm like, oh shit! The necklace for this costume is bullets.
Really?
Yeah.
God.
They're fake. They're so fake. They're so fake. But that's how I got my week-long ban.
Wow. Because that was such a random thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, funny, crazy.
It is what it is.
I'm glad you have a reason now that makes sense, at least.
Yeah.
Like, where the hell did that come from?
Still, though, the appeal should have gone through immediately. Never did. I've contacted feedback at TikTok.com a million times. Never heard a single thing back.
That is so strange, too.
Yeah.
One time I did that before the last time, though. I heard back after, like, once my time was up. So maybe after you get your account back.
Yeah.
Hello. How old are you?
28.
28. Okay.
So, what are the next steps after your child? Do you ask your child, or does your child come to you and say, I feel like I'm a different gender?
What's the next step?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends on how old your child is and like what exactly they're saying. There's many different steps you can take. But you're looking for, when a child is younger, you're looking for insistence, persistence, and consistency. So if a child says like one time that they want to be a boy or a girl or whatever, and want is another thing, you just kind of, okay, sure. And then if they start being consistent, then you can take it a little more seriously and be like, you can continue to have conversations with them. Sometimes they may just want to change their hair, their clothes, or whatever. But in my case, my daughter was much older, so she already knew like what she wanted. She wanted, hold on a second. The person says, so is it a want? No, I said if they say they want, that's kind of a red flag. That's what I said. It'd be more about saying like I am or I am not a boy or a girl or whatever. So, okay. So my daughter was older. So with her, she already knew like what she needed, that she wanted to change clothing and hair and name. She wanted to change her gender expression. So we started there, and then I told her that I was going to reach out to the pediatrician and see what they recommended. That's what I did. I just knocked my shit.
So, when I was growing up, it was that they would just become like, if a boy felt more feminine or something like that, that he would just end up being that way, like just a very feminine boy, or turn out homosexual or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you can just be a feminine boy, right? So that's not what we're talking about. When you're a transgender child, it's more than being.
So if the offer is never extended, or if that choice is never extended to your child, they'll just be that, right?
No, because if you think you're fine. No, if you think that I forgot what I was going to say. Seriously, I don't know. It must be the shots that I got today. They're affecting my brain. Oh, okay. What was your question? Oh, never mind. Okay. So you can be a feminine boy, right? And yes, if you never introduce anything, right, children still recognize that, like, no, I'm not a boy that's feminine. I'm not a boy who likes girly things. I am a girl, right? That's a different thing.
So they know in their heart and their mind that they are something else.
Correct. They're not what people are telling them they are.
Then why is a pediatrician or a doctor or a therapist or whatever needed to validate that?
It's not to validate it. It's to get them care that they need in case they start suffering from gender dysphoria, or if they are suffering from gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria is extreme distress that affects their ability to function in daily life.
My last thing, if you're a child, why is this one accepted? That sounds bad, but why? Because this wasn't a major thing growing up. It like started.
It was.
It blew up, but why?
No, this was a thing, and gender affirming care was a thing, and people were accessing gender affirming care before the general population.
It wasn't a major thing before it.
No, this has always been medical care, right? But even for children, and people were accessing this before the general population knew about it.
So why do we go along?
It'd be like you right now, like finding out, like, oh, kids can have diabetes, and like people start talking about it, and you're like, oh, this must be a new thing. No, right? Like, children have been getting treated for diabetes for a long time. Just because you didn't know about it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
I think that's completely different. So why do we?
Really not. It's medical care that has already been in place.
Why do we go along with this and nothing else?
What?
Like, if your child said to you, children say all that, I know Santa Claus exists.
Does Santa Claus exist?
Do you think Santa Claus exists?
No.
The question was for you.
If your child says, I know Santa Claus exists, Santa Claus, I saw Santa Claus, boom, 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 consistently for years, do you believe your child?
No, Santa Claus doesn't develop in the child's brain, and not only something that the child would know.
Where does the idea of Santa Claus come from for your child?
It's a lie that people make up and tell their kids.
Right. They see stuff on TV, propaganda, promotion.
That's not what gender identity is. It does not come from. There's actually negative propaganda. Negative. Trans people have been painted in a negative light. They haven't had proper representation.
I think for a 5-year-old or 7-year-old and stuff like that to say that, I feel like I'm a.
All right. Well, you're wrong. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this is not new, right? Gender identity has always been developing in brains.
But it just became a big thing,
No,
though.
you just didn't know about it. That's it. You just didn't know about it.
Why didn't we know about it, though? Why is it?
You
Why
didn't
is
know about
something
it.
else?
I knew about it. I knew about it before it started becoming big in the media.
And so you accepted it and decided that if my kids tell me something.
I educated myself on what being transgender is, right? And then I educated myself on what gender affirming care is.
You noticed signs in your daughter at a young age.
No, I didn't actually.
So she just came to you and said it.
Mm-hmm.
My parents were blindsided as well.
Okay, so that's two that just. Your parents saw no signs, so you didn't seem like you wanted to be.
Because it's not a want.
It's not a want.
Correct.
Not a want.
It literally develops in your brain. A child who appears to be a boy and is assumed to be a boy can develop into a girl. And nobody knows that except for the child because it's inside their brains.
So your brain would tell your entire body that you are a girl. If you are a girl, if you're saying your brain tells you you're a girl, which means your brain would send the signals throughout your body that would make you feel like you're a girl all over, right?
What?
What are you saying?
What does it even mean? No, you just have an understanding of your gender identity.
So it's just a.
Hell, if it was different
So it's
than
a
what people are
mental.
like, okay, if a child is a cisgender boy, right? A boy who was assigned to male at birth at like 5 years old, that child can know that they're a boy. And if somebody says, if they have longer hair or something, and somebody says, oh, look at that little girl, and the little boy says, no, I'm a boy, right? That's it. It's how the child understands their own gender identity. They'll know what you are telling them is incorrect.
And how rare is that, though? I've never.
How rare is being trans?
I've never had a child
It's pretty rare.
say a boy child say I'm not a boy.
Right, I have. Right, my daughter did. She was assumed to be a boy, and she said I'm not a boy. So, it happens. It's rare, but
That's
it
what I
happens.
just said. She's not a boy. She said she's not a boy.
Correct.
So she told them she was. What's your daughter's? Which one is the bad one, gender or sex? What's your daughter's?
The bad one?
I mean, the one that people get wrong. What was she assigned at birth?
Oh, okay. Okay. I had a different impression of that.
What?
Yeah.
She was assigned male. She's a trans girl. She was assigned male at birth.
And she told people, "I'm a girl," when they mistook her for a boy.
She told her father and I when she was ready to come out with that.
It just sounds like a mental thing, and I think the process that you have to go
It is
through.
a mental thing in the aspect that it's in your brain, right? So you know the same way only that you know what your favorite color is. Only you know what food you like, because there are things that you know, and you have to tell other people because they wouldn't know it. Your gender identity is the same.
So how does that differentiate from the Santa Claus analogy I just used?
Santa Claus does not develop in your brain.
Where does it?
Yeah, if a kid were never to be told about Santa, they would never develop this knowledge that Santa exists on their own.
Exactly.
I feel like this has become.
Actually do just develop their gender identities, right?
Right, like nobody ever taught me about trans people. I just recognized that I was a girl.
So you're a girl now.
Woman.
Uh-huh.
And at what age did you decide, or did you? I don't know what to say. At what age did you become a woman?
Did you recognize you were not the gender that people were telling you you were?
When did that happen?
Sure. So I recognized that I was a girl from my earliest memories, around the age of 4, but I didn't know what being transgender was until my early 20s. Once I knew what it meant to be transgender, that is when I recognized myself openly that I was a woman.
All right, respectfully, I'm gonna just drop out. I appreciate you guys.
All right, you have a good one.
Thank you. I'm going to say that one was good.
Yeah, I agree. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Did it happen in my hypothalamus? Yes, that's where gender identity is. Guys, I want to say thank you for the $28 that we have raised. Right now, I am raising money for Shadi Alaikaluk and his family in Gaza. The more money we raise, the quicker we can get them out of there. Thank you.
I'm raising money for perinatal care. Sorry, I laugh. It's not that it's that I can't say the word. It's not funny. Also, for people in Gaza, the link is in my bio if you want to donate directly. The organization is from, is from the Olive Branch. Wait, what the fuck is it called? This is why I don't do these things, guys. All right, hold on. Operation Olive Branch. All right. The live gets worse and worse. So, anyway, Leo, how old are you?
I'm 18.
What year were you born?
2005. To say, I recently came out as trans for like the second time to my family. This time, like more publicly. The first time I came out or tried to come out was when I was like 14, so like around the same age as your daughter. It was not received very well by my parents, so I just kind of like pushed that back, and I tried to like present more femininely for a while, and like don't get me wrong, I do like dressing like femininely, just not being perceived as a woman when I do it. And like since I've been in college, I, had like a newfound sense of independence, and I just really wanted to start transitioning. So I came out again publicly, like on my Facebook, just dropped it. And then I just did my first T-shot, like, what day is it? Saturday? It's
nice.
Friday.
Almost a week.
Oh, no, wait. I did it this Wednesday. I was trying to figure out what day it was.
All right. A couple days.
Yeah. But, I don't know, like, I guess I just wanted to give a perspective as somebody who is, like, a younger trans person who's still kind of figuring everything out, and, like, just starting. It scares me because, I watch your guys' lives all the time, and I really appreciate like the work that you guys are doing and the people that you put up with. It just scares me because I see like these people come up here and it's like they are so completely outside of this world, which is fine, but then you know that these are the people that are making very important decisions for us, for our lives. And it's like they don't even know like the tip of the iceberg, and it's just it's frightening. And
they don't even know what it means to be transgender. You ask them what transgender means and they give you the wrong definition.
Exactly.
The
And
scariest
it's like,
part too is that they don't want to know. A lot of people don't want to know. Like we're willing to educate, right? Like spend a lot of time trying to do it, and they just.
Oh, I've seen people come up and just totally disregard like everything you're saying. It's like they just want to argue. I don't know. But I just wanted to pop in and say thank you and share the good news, I guess.
Congratulations.
My mom received it a lot better this time. I think she's had a lot of time to like understand like LGBT as a whole, because before I came out as trans for the second time, like I was openly queer, and so she's definitely had a lot of time to like learn more about it, and she's actually like the only person in my family that's really like supportive, even if she doesn't fully understand everything. So I just thank you for doing what you're doing, and thank you, Mel, for being a very good parent to your daughter.
I appreciate that. Thank you for recognizing that, since everybody thinks I'm awful.
I don't know what that was about, trying to like seem like they tried to like put you out as like you're exploiting your daughter. It's like she's not even out here.
I mean, I get the concern because there's a lot of parents on TikTok that exploit their kids.
Oh, yeah.
Mel ain't one of those parents.
All right, I'll let other people comment, but thank you.
All right, thank you, Leo. Congratulations on your T-shot.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations.
Have a good night. Bye.
It's such an exciting moment for a trans person, and it's so frustrating that people can't recognize that it can be a very exciting moment for teenagers under the age of 18 as well.
Yep. Turns out, who knew?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I will never forget taking my first estrogen pill. Mel, how do you do this every single time?
I remember with my daughter, I didn't prepare her to swallow pill. Like she hadn't been swallowing
Hello,
pills yet. So she was so determined to swallow that fucking testosterone suppressant. She was like, she just kept trying. I think she took like an entire hour to like figure out how to swallow the pill, but she did it.
It's hard.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing all right. How about you?
Adorable. I love your hair. Mel, I want to steal your tiara.
Oh, well,
yes.
And I want to add to the conversation. I am a cis white straight male.
Okay.
All right.
And there was somebody in the conversation a while ago that said, does society tell you who you are, or do you decide who you are? And I kind of had fisticuffs with him because I think we all decide who we are. And I have been a supporter of the LGBTQ plus community for years. And honestly, I want everybody in the room and you two and everybody in the world just to live their truth and be who they are. And as long as you're a good and nice person, I want to, if I mistake you for the non-gender or the non-binary person that you are, correct me and I will happily call you who you are because that's who you are.
Sweet. That's awesome.
And
this is how people should
I know it's hard, especially when I was a teen. It's a weird transitional thing, not just identifying, but just, coming into your own. And it was hard for me to figure out exactly who I was. But that was like 20 years ago. And even in 2024, I know it's hard for anybody who is non-binary or figuring out exactly who they identify with. But I just want everybody to know that there are cis white straight dudes that support you 110%.
Appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
And I love you all.
All right. Thank you.
If I had to pick between the bear or that guy, I'd probably pick that guy.
Thank you.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't pick the man. I mean, there are some men I would pick, right? But we can't. An unknown man and an unknown bear.
Yeah, that's a different story.
That's where it is hard. And unfortunately, statistically, men that we know are also higher on the harming scale. What's up, Pink Razor?
Not too much. Just curious, why are you guys dressed up? Is it like a holiday or something?
Yeah.
Halloween in May.
Nice. Okay. So I just wanted to ask Adora a couple of questions because there was a live earlier that was saying bad things about you, and I don't support it. And I totally told them that they should do more research and not blast people's faces all over social media. So
Was it Shanta by any chance?
was it who?
Was it Shanta?
It was Raw Reel or something.
Raw Reel. Yeah, not much better.
They're back out again.
Yeah.
I actually, one time, I don't know if he's going to continue to post that photo of you, but you should definitely go into his live and just totally call him out because I don't think they have watched your live.
It doesn't work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But they can't do that with people. They can't take your face and do that. You could literally.
I wish. Just earlier today, Shanta was running a background with a picture of both Mel and I. I reported it a dozen times. Nothing happened. TikTok doesn't care. There's nothing I can do. I actually did exactly what you advised, Pink Razor. About 6-7 months ago, I went into Raw Reels Live, and not to talk about his topic, but to talk about the fact that he was running a picture of me as his background to mock me and mock the trans community. I got him to promise that he would never do it again. So much for that.
Yeah, that's so disgusting to me. Like, how are these people like getting away with doing that? Like, because like I know that like I've worked like because they're relating it to AGP, which I've heard so much about, but don't really understand what it is. But and like that could like ruin somebody's life. Like that could literally ruin somebody's life. So I just feel that like they need to find a new hobby or just like get off the app or something, because like they must have some kind of like low key fetish or something. Like you can't tell me the amount of time that they spend in trans lives.
Right.
There's something. What it is, I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's some weird obsession. So I don't know. Did you have like a specific question or?
Well,
Raw Reels here.
We've had this conversation before in the past about your daughter coming out at like 9 years old, and you saying that telling her that she's heterosexual.
Okay, so my non-binary child was 9.
Oh, so she's non-binary?
They are, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So did you tell her that she's non-binary?
No, I did not tell them that they're non-binary. No.
Okay, because I remember you saying that you did tell them that they were, like, you said that your daughter came up to you and told you she liked boys. So you told her she was heterosexual.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
My youngest child is said that they were bisexual.
I'm sorry, how old are they?
Threw a note at me at 9 and said that. They are now 11.
Oh, okay. I just curious on like how they knew that. Like
they know that they are attracted to boys and girls. That's how they know that. And now they just classify themselves as pansexual.
Pansexual at 11 years old?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I
knew
think that sexuality should come out as an adult. Like, you shouldn't even be talking about sexuality.
Wait, Pink.
Young, very young.
I mean, what an idealistic way to look at the world. Say nobody has sexuality until they're 18. But that's just not how things are.
I think it's experimental at that age, because I think it's experimental up until you're an adult and you understand what it means.
It's not necessarily experimental at all. Like, I never experimented in anything. I recognized when I was young that I liked boys. I started having like boyfriends in like 5th grade, which is the same age as my child. You don't have to experiment with anything.
Because like
I know,
but like, I'm a lesbian, so like I have to admit that I experimented with guys just because it was the norm thing to do and everybody else was doing it. But when I finally came out when I was 18, like I didn't know until I was 18, and I didn't come out until I was 18.
Right. People can recognize it at different ages, and typically when you are either going to be accepted when you're young, or you are straight, right? If you are heterosexual, you're more likely to recognize it and be accepted when you're really young, because that is considered the norm. No one ever questioned me when I said I liked boys. Nobody cared.
Yeah. My first crush was in kindergarten. It was a girl.
Really
Adora?
Huh?
Oh no, I just wanted to hear what she was going to say.
Oh yeah, my first crush was in kindergarten.
Nice.
Like, kids have crushes early. And I've never been with anyone. 36 years old, never been with anyone. I still know that I'm only attracted to women and non-binary folk.
But like you can be attracted to both and still not, like you can be attracted to men and women and still not be bisexual, if that makes sense.
No, that doesn't make sense.
It does make sense, because you can be heterosexual and still be attracted to women and men.
No, because it doesn't have anything. It has to do with your attraction. Like, we've had this argument before. Like, I don't understand.
Because I just don't understand where you're coming with where kids
you
can
experiment
label their
with.
sexualities. Like they shouldn't have a sexuality. That's the point.
But they do. That's the point. The point
No,
is
because if a
to let
kid
people
came up to
know.
me and said, "Guess what? I'm 14 and I'm a lesbian too," I'm like, "Come back
14,
when
they
you're old enough to."
absolutely would know.
No. I'm
Yeah,
like, you know,
my
come back when
15-year-old
you're
knows.
18 and we'll have that conversation. We're
Yeah,
not
that's
going to
not
try
an
and
adult
be in a
thing, a pink
lesbian community
razor.
when
That's
you're
not an
14
adult
years
thing.
old. That doesn't happen.
No. Come on now.
And also with the word cis, I mean, I know so many transgender people who have no problem calling themselves trans. So the fact that you're
Right,
adding
so that's not
cis
what
to
we're
the
talking
mix,
about.
I know, but it's not something
Oh
that
my
people
God.
want
I'm
to
glad
do.
you came in here and like pretended to actually give a fuck about any of
I
this.
do care, but like my girlfriend is a trans woman and she has no problem calling herself a trans woman.
Is she a woman?
Word cis?
Pink Razor, is she a woman?
What this is about.
Yes, she is a woman.
Great. This
Fantastic.
is not about trans people and whether or not they have to call themselves trans.
But she's never called me a cis. I've never had to identify as a cis. And
I'm glad that
community.
you guys have that relationship. Good for you.
But so does everybody else. Like we're talking about thousands of people. I got drag queens on my Facebook. I got the LGBT
Are you?
on my
But
Facebook.
the thing is, Pink. Are you cis?
There's no such thing as cis.
Oh my God. Yes,
What
there
are you
is.
talking about?
Cisgender.
Are you telling Mel how to identify?
I'm a woman. I'm a female woman. I'm a female woman.
Okay,
but
I am also
why
a
do I have
female
to
woman.
introduce myself as that?
Okay.
Why do I have to introduce myself as a female?
You don't.
You don't.
You don't. No one's saying you do.
Okay, but that's what cis is in your terminology. That's what it means.
Nope.
It means that I'm a woman and I'm a female.
Yeah.
Yeah? But you don't have to introduce yourself that way.
Nobody said that.
But
We're not saying you have to wear a tag on your forehead that says I'm cisgender. We're not saying every time you introduce yourself to a new person, you have to say I'm cisgender. We're saying that when you come into transgender spaces, it is relevant to recognize that you are cis. When we're talking about legal matters, it is relevant. No, when we're talking about legal matters, it is relevant to recognize that you are cis. There are laws that are being pushed forwards that affect trans people that don't affect cis people.
It's not in medical terminology. It is not.
It literally is. It literally is.
No, it's not.
It
I've
literally.
worked in
No, you're
medical
just factually
for
wrong.
Years. And actually, the word SIS, to be specific, actually is.
We're not talking about SIS.
No, but the terminology, the medical terminology, is somebody who has not schizophrenia.
We're not talking
spinal
about. We're
bifida.
literally using C.
Yeah. What?
You said SIS.
Oh, sorry, I meant CIS.
Right.
I was
this
thinking
is-
of
Great, but what we're referring to
Spinal
here
bifida.
is cisgender.
So is everybody just supposed to put on crowns now and walk around and say that they're cis? Like
No, they will someday though. Someday cis people will be very fucking proud to be cis and still be transphobic, but no.
I mean, I'm proud to be a woman and I'm proud to be a biological female, but I'm not going to walk around and call myself a cis. I'm not going to get on that train. No,
Because you're a transphobe.
I'm not. How
You're
am I
dating a
transphobe?
trans
My
person
girlfriend
and you're a
is trans
transphobe.
woman. My girlfriend's a trans woman.
Yeah, that doesn't absolve you from being a transphobe.
That's not a
There's
transphobe.
there's a reason why you're resisting it, right? And it has something to do. It's probably very likely that it's rooted in transphobia. You may not even want to recognize it, which is probably why you're fighting against it. But if you actually took some time to unpack why an adjective is bothering you, you'll probably find something there.
It's not really an adjective, though. I mean, you're making
Literally
it seem
is
like
an
it's a
adjective.
forced gender. It's literally a forced gender identity.
Oh my God.
You're forcing it on people that are
adjective. It's
female,
an
biological
adjective.
females and a woman. Like, you literally are forcing it on us.
We're not forcing anything on you. It just describes you. It's like if I say that you're a Homo sapien, right? Am I forcing that on you, or is that just something that describes you?
I mean, we're all Homo sapiens, so that really doesn't matter. But we're not all women, and we're not all males either, or men either.
Nobody said that. All I'm saying is that if there's an adjective that describes you and any other adjective, do you reject that adjective?
But I just want to know, like, the own trans community is rejecting it. So that's why I don't understand.
What's
Is
the
like,
trans community you're
first of
rejecting?
all, she's not trans. First of all, she's not trans. Okay.
Who's not trans?
She's not.
Mel?
Yes, she's
Correct,
not
Mel's not
trans.
trans. She's cis.
Literally cisgender.
So just how are you I said trans.
Right, and
You
I
are
said
not
no,
trans.
I am
So
cis.
why are you speaking on trans people when you were not even part of the community? It's like you think
You
that
can
like
talk
going
about a community without being part of it. You can.
yeah, and then we
Literally
call
can.
that slander and we call that degrading because you're degrading people.
What?
You're degrading women by making us have to walk around and say, "Oh, guess what?
I
I'm a
didn't
cis.
say
That
that.
means I
Stop
have a
saying I
badge.
told
That
you
means
to
I'm
walk around saying
biological a
you're
woman."
cis. I didn't say you need to walk around saying you're cis. Stop telling me what I am telling you that
I'm
you
part of a community and I'm telling you that our community does not use that language. We do not use that terminology. We do
I
not
am
say the word
Mel is
cis.
part of the same community.
How is she part of the community? She's not part of the community. Just because she has a kid that's transgender does not make her part of the community. I'm
Oh my
sorry.
God. Okay, the cisgender doesn't have anything. It's separate from transgender. I am part of the cisgender community, and I'm literally talking about
What?
the
Oh
cisgender
my God.
community, which you are part of.
I'm sorry, there's a cisgender community.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. So you guys have your own community now?
You're part of it.
It's just part of the group.
I am not a part of your cis group. Cis.
You are because you're a female woman. Whether or not you want to recognize that you have
Why is-
privilege in that, I don't know what to tell you.
Why is this important to you?
Why is this important to me? Because I'm dating a trans woman who has never called me a cis, has never used that terminology.
Because your girlfriend hasn't called you cis. Great. You
Ever.
and your girlfriend can continue to not use the word cis. Why is it important that nobody else call you cis?
Because that means that, like, okay, for example, like she uses the word trans. What is wrong with using the word trans?
Nothing.
So then why do we have to use the word cis?
When we talk
We've
about the
explained
difference,
1,000 times. You're choosing to not understand.
yeah,
So it's almost like we
Wait.
rock out with our with our junk
using
out every
pictures.
time we go into a trans space.
what are you talking about? You're making all these arguments that we didn't make.
Yep.
So we go into like a trans space to talk about whatever we want to talk about, and then you say that we have to identify as a cis because
No,
that's explaining.
nobody said
Like, why
that.
can't we just say female?
Nobody fucking said that.
Okay, there's female, male, and trans.
No.
Where does cis come in? I don't understand.
Can you define cis for me?
I don't even know because it doesn't exist.
You don't know what it means.
I can't even.
Are you being disingenuous? Yeah, you're. Yeah.
I mean, does it mean female? Does it mean biological female? I know, like, does that what it means? Because I
You
just
already said you knew that female woman. You already said you knew that.
What does transgender mean?
Birth. Literally, good question.
Yeah, what does transgender mean?
transgender is somebody who is transitioned
No.
into another gender. Yes, it is.
Wrong.
No, it is
Nope,
not.
That's wrong. That's
When they're
embarrassing.
not the
You gotta
gender they
keep
were
yourself-
assigned as birth.
They don't align with their sex assigned at birth.
Yes.
Their gender identity does not align with their sex assigned at birth. There's no transition required.
So if I was, let's say they, them, and female,
is
does that
pronoun.
count as a
They,
cis?
them, they, them are pronouns.
Right. So if I identify as they and them, then am I considered a cis if I'm a female?
Not an identity. Oh my God. All right.
I mean, do you understand where other people are like questioning it and people don't
I
understand?
understand that I'm done with you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Oh my God. I can't. Also,
All right.
raw real, I'm not going to fucking talk to you. You're gross. Bye. Absolutely not.
Guys, we have raised $29 now for Shadia Like Look and his family in Gaza. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
I'll look at
Hey.
Hi, how old are you?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 23.
All right, what's up?
So, I just want to talk about the sis.
Right. What year were you born?
Oh, in like the 2000s, like 2001.
Like 2001?
Yeah, like January 5, 2001.
That's only a little bit sus.
No, that's
Yeah, that's a weird way to say your birthday. God damn. Hello? Hello? Just read your name. I didn't read you before I let you in. Raw real. Go away. Consent.
This Raw been banned a few times now, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I just blocked other accounts and he keeps coming back on different accounts.
Like all the people harassing me in the comments.
Literally.
Hi, guys.
Hi, how old are you?
I am 36, going to be 37 in June.
All right, awesome.
Sorry.
So I have a kind of a question. My cousin is, I want to say about 10 or 11. And this is me getting information from you guys because you guys seem to know a lot about the topic. He likes to wear clothing that is feminine.
Okay.
His mom has him in counseling, in therapy. He says that it's just the way he wants to express himself.
Okay.
What is your guys' thoughts on it?
Especially if he knows that that's the way he wants to express himself, that sounds fine to me. Like, you can still be a boy and express yourself femininely. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, because his dad doesn't really accept it and he won't let him be who he wants to be.
Like, he won't let him dress femininely?
No.
That's a shame. That's
odd.
Like, he's literally went to court with the mother, with my cousin, and has fought her to where the judge has made an order against him dressing like that.
Order against dressing a certain way.
Yeah.
What?
The judge throw that out and laugh?
Yes, it can be done.
It can be done. Seriously. He's not allowed to wear feminine clothing. He is not allowed to paint his nails.
That should be considered like child, like, what's it called? Abuse. I feel like it's the word I was looking for, but yeah, like you're stopping a child from just expressing themselves.
Yeah.
But they don't have that right until 16.
But he doesn't. The judge said he doesn't have that right until he's 16.
God, how old is he?
The right to dress how they
Like
want.
10, 11.
Holy shit. Have you contacted the ACLU? I don't know if they would take that or not.
No, what is that? So that I can know and tell my cousin about it.
They're a legal organization that takes on largely matters for like the LGBT community and stuff like that.
Okay, and it's called ACLU?
Yeah.
American Civil Liberties Union.
Yeah.
I had to look it up. I'm horrible with those things.
Okay, and they should be able to take it, you said?
I don't know. I don't know what they do take, what they don't take. But reaching out can't hurt. You can also reach out to the Human Rights Campaign. Yeah.
Okay.
That is wild. Like, just expression.
Yeah.
Or P-flag.
Literally, that's all it is expression. He's talked to counselors and everything. I've asked my cousin, me and my aunt have talked about this in great detail. And I asked her, do you think he may be trans? And he wants to transition to a girl. And she had told me that the mom, my cousin, had took her son to a counselor. And this is what he wants to do.
Yeah, so so there are parents out there who do feel like if you allow your child to express himself a certain way that they're going to like become trans, and that's not like, if the child's trans, they're already trans. There's no way to like prevent that, but it really sounds like it really sounds like they just want to express themselves that way, or he just wants him to express himself that way. So it's not even like anything to be like afraid of, like just, I don't know. Hopefully you can reach out to some of these organizations, and maybe since this has been in court, maybe there's some type of appeal process or something. I don't know. That just sounds like a wild thing to like go to court over.
Yeah. I mean, my cousin, the mom, is really, really supportive. It's just the dad that's totally against it.
I'm so glad that this child has a supportive mom.
Absolutely.
Oh, very supportive. Very supportive. And he has older brothers that are supportive as well.
That's good.
So, I mean, he's got a good support group. Plus, all of our family is very accepting. So, but thank you for taking my question.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Good luck with everything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Boomstick. Haven't seen you in a while.
Those of you that are upset about the skulls, like literally, I have a cat skull tattoo. Adora has a skull tattoo. Like skulls and Halloween are like a huge association between the two of us. It has nothing to do with the fundraiser. Like literally nothing.
We're doing a fundraiser, and that is separate from the theme of the live.
The Halloween themed live was first.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 18. What's your age limit? 18 or
18.
okay. What is SIS? No, not SIS. What the fuck? CIS. Sorry.
We're talking about cisgender.
Cisgender, like transgender.
But it's the opposite of transgender. It means not transgender.
Wait, why would that scare somebody? Can you fill me in on the argument?
Unfortunately, it's an adjective that just describes people who are not transgender, right? So it just means that your gender identity and your sex assigned at birth aligns. So you can be a female woman. So you're just a cisgender woman if you're female and a woman, right?
Do you support that? Like, are you like in that community?
Am I a cisgender woman?
Yeah, I guess that's the question.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Are you in that community, Successor?
I never knew about that community till today, but I'm not transgender, so I guess.
Yeah. But that's it, though. It's not even like there's not like an organization or anything. Like it literally is just the adjective to describe being not transgender. Because in the English language, we define what something is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not so we're not going to say like trans and not trans. We're going to have words for that. Cisgender, transgender. They're just like short and tall, and they're just that's it. So
okay. I kind of don't really have an argument about that. I really do want to know like I really don't want to sound rude, but who comes up with this, like with the words, like who comes up with this? Like who came up with this? Because
cisgender specifically was coined in 1994 by Dana DeFosse, and it just was a way to describe the cisgender community versus trans. Like when you're talking about transgender people, you need an is it an antonym? Oh, I hate English to describe the opposite, right?
Okay.
So they needed another word, cisgender,
Okay.
but cis and trans actually have you guys.
Does cisgender scare you? It's such a funny question. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
Bro,
a lot of people, it's weird. Like usually, if somebody doesn't have a problem with the trans community and we explain what cisgender is, they're just like, oh, that's it, okay. But when people fight against it, they typically have they're typically against the trans community. They have some type of transphobia that's causing them to resist the adjective.
Success is not in the biological or medical books. What does that mean?
Success?
Yeah, somebody just commented success is not.
Who knows? I don't know. They say the weirdest things down there.
Anyways, y'all are cute as fuck. I love y'all.
Thank you.
All right, have a good night, y'all.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Mel, you get about to do my little pitch. All right. Are you okay, Mel?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. So far we have So I am raising money for Shadi Alaikalok and his family in Gaza. They're trying to escape Gaza. And so far, we have raised $29 this live. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. 100% of the gifts that I receive, like this rose right here, thank you so much, Mark. And 100% of the Cash Apps and Venmos that I receive, Adora1111, Adora followed by 4 ones, are going to this family in Gaza. We've raised $29 tonight. We raised $116, I think it was, this morning. We've raised damn near $1,000 this week. So thank you for the support, everyone.
I don't know where I am. I'll figure it out after because I did have a reset, and then I'll let you guys know the next live. But the money that I am receiving and the gifts from this live are going to infant and pregnancy care. I'm going to word it that way, for people in Gaza. And I do have the link in my bio to the GoFundMe directly. If you just want to go donate over there, you don't have to send it to me.
Thank you for the gifts.
I only laugh because I can't pronounce anything. So, yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
50.
Cool. So,
I asked this earlier. If gender is from society, how can it simultaneously be from an individual?
Bryce, what?
Don't run from me. Don't run from me like you run from Christy. Answer the question.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Answer the question.
Not just someone who doesn't understand consent, but also a Christie supporter.
Anything. You're not entitled to my space. Do I have subscribers here?
I really need a middle finger.
I freaking love that that emote got approved.
Me too.
Holly.
Hi.
Hi, how old are you?
I am 33 on the 14th.
Cool. Happy early birthday.
Thank you. So I just have a bit of a question for you guys. I've been following your lives for quite a while and just watching you go. I've been a paramedic for, well, a long time, almost my entire adulthood. How would you suggest going about the trans community with medical issues that aren't coinciding with their identified sex?
Well, typically, I mean, trans people know their sex.
Like biological sex.
Right. So as a paramedic, you should have that information.
So I'm talking about somebody, like how to make somebody feel comfortable that identifies as a male that's currently, say, they got pregnant or such and such like that. How do you go by making that feel more comfortable?
They should be giving you like their name that they want to go by, so you just validate them.
Okay.
Yeah, and you don't have any like type of training on that?
No, zero, absolutely none.
Goodness, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, just as simple as like, you know, if their chart says that they're transgender, you know, they typically will give you a name that they prefer.
Yeah, generally their charts don't say transgender or not. So say their health card will say female even though they identify as a male. So it just makes it a bit harder. And how do you make that more comfortable? Sorry, my kids decided to come upstairs right when we went on live.
That's such a kid thing to do, you know? Yeah, you can, like, somebody suggested in the comments, right? Like, you could introduce yourself with your own pronouns. Like, if you feel like you could be making them more comfortable, like, you know, hi, I'm Holly, I'm going to be your paramedic today, or I don't know what you do, but like, use she, her pronouns, like, and then maybe they'll feel comfortable telling you theirs.
Okay. Okay, excellent. That was all my question.
Also, wearing, like, I don't know if you have like a lanyard or if you could put like a pin, like putting something with like a flag showing that you
Well, I'm from not small town. I'm from a city in Saskatchewan, so it's not too pro that.
Got ya. All right. Well, you're willing to help. So I think, introducing your pronouns if you're questioning would be a good start.
Okay, very interesting. I find the stuff you guys talk about very, very interesting, very eye-opening. I have to admit that I wasn't on your guys' side in the beginning, but through sitting here and watching your guys' lives and everything going on, I have a actually really good understanding, and I think you guys push that forward really well.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, see ya.
Bye. Kids always want to get in your face when you're busy. All right, you guys. At the beginning of this live, we did say it was only going to be 2 hours. We were doing a shorter duo live tonight. It's actually like almost done.
It is almost done.
It is almost done. Do we have any subscribers or friendlies that want to come up and say hey? We have a couple more minutes.
Thank you for the help raising money for the fundraiser, everyone. I appreciate you all. Yes, I am Chloe Price. Chloe Price.
I don't know. It makes me think that you should you should grow your hair out like that.
It doesn't look bad, does it? It doesn't look bad at all.
It's fun. I don't know. I like fun
I think the
hair.
style actually really suits you, Adora. Hi, ladies.
Thank you.
Hi.
For TikTok purposes, I'm 39. I just wanted to come up and say, Mel and Adora, thank you for everything you guys do.
Thank you.
I find myself screaming at the phone a lot when I'm listening to your lives, especially yours, Mel, because as a mom to a non-binary kid, I'm like, y'all they're so focused on the actual medical intervention. They don't realize that most of the kids are just living their lives.
Yeah.
It's wild to me.
Yeah, a lot of kids don't even need any type of medical intervention.
No,
they literally
no.
just want to be validated. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like when my kid came to me and said, "Mom, I'm non-binary," I said, "Okay, what does that mean to you?" And then we had a conversation about it, and then that's been it.
Exactly. That was
No
the same
intervention
thing
needed.
That was the same thing I did with my youngest too. When my youngest child, the person that was arguing with me about this earlier, which is totally silly, when they threw a letter at me, and said that I'm bisexual. I was like, what does that mean to you? And they were like, oh, it just means that, I'm attracted to all genders. And I'm like, okay. Or I think they said I like all genders. And I was like, okay. And that was it. It wasn't a big deal.
Right, it's that easy. I will never understand it. If a kid's coming up to you and saying, "Hey, I'm this," and that comes from their core being, okay, cool. It's not my job to tell you who you are.
Yeah, it's really silly, and it's not a big deal, and you're not locking them into anything. You're just accepting them.
Right, and I think that seeing all of these people that talk about something they know nothing about. I was raised by a woman who had her PhD in sociology. So I knew all about the community from the age of 8. And here I am, painfully cisgender and heterosexual.
Yeah, you mean it's not a choice?
Right. And so, I raised my kid the same way. People are people. You can't tell them how their brains work. And I taught them the language to understand what they were at an early age. 8 years old, they told me they were non-binary. Cool. So, but
How old are they now?
Yes.
Did you say?
They're actually going to be 11. They're going to be 11 in August. I'm sorry, that was a mom moment.
No, my youngest just turned 11. So
No, they're my one and only. So I don't I don't want it to keep going so fast. I need it to stop or slow down.
I know, but see how it is. We can know at 8 and still be the same at 11. But guess what?
Yeah.
If at 11 they're like, actually, I'm a boy or I'm a girl, whatever. Cool.
I'll be like, okay,
all right,
cool. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with figuring out who you are along the way.
100%.
So,
Yes.
but I have learned a lot more about the depths of gender affirming care from you, Mel, and I really appreciate that. So, y'all take care. I gotta go.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
for coming out.
Bye.
Why isn't Adora speaking? Because she didn't want to say anything? Like, well, you guys are strange. All right, let's say hi to Kari and then we will end.
Hello.
Hey, Kari.
Hope y'all are having fun.
It's fun. It's fun to do a duo live.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool. It's like I haven't seen the two of y'all together for a while.
Yeah, I like that when we do this, we have a different layout and stuff. It's kind of fun. So.
I was just basically saying hi.
Well, hi. How are you doing?
Better.
Good.
My memory is still scrambled, but I am physically doing better. I just got to get my memory in gear.
Do they think that's something that'll come in time?
Yeah, it's supposed to come back, and it has dramatically. I mean, when at first, the very first thing, I was still thinking I was living in an apartment, my cats were alive, and all kinds of different things. But anyway, I don't want to get too deep into all that. That wasn't the purpose of.
No, I get
coming up
it, but you've improved, so that's good. That's good.
I'm looking for a screwdriver because I'm putting together this shelf, and I can't find my socket, my screwdriver sockets. But at any rate.
Well, good luck.
Well, thank you. Well,
Right,
I mean, if you want me to go ahead and drop, I can. I don't mind. I don't mind staying or dropping. I'm just.
We're gonna end.
Yeah, we're ending.
Yep. I get you. All right. Have a good night.
All right.
Oh, I
thank
found
you.
my screwdriver.
Oh, awesome.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right, you
Bye,
guys.
Kari.
Again, I will tally the gifts that I've gotten, and I will just put that up the next live that I have after I make the donation. And you can go. I'll leave the link in my bio. You can go to the bio. You can go to my bio. There's a GoFundMe link in there for prenatal care. Not prenatal. Good fuck. Perinatal care for people in Gaza. It provides therapy, OBGYN. It provides, what's the breastfeeding thing? Lactation consultant. Oh my God, I'm the worst about this. So if you want to check that out, it's in my bio, or you can send me gifts and I'm gonna donate those. We're gonna end. Would you like to say goodbye, Adora?
Thank you so much, everyone. We raised $29. We're going to keep fighting for this family in Gaza. We got a long ways to go. I don't know the best way to fundraise. I'm trying my hardest. We've raised damn near $1,000, but we got $28,000 to go. So thank you everyone who's helping. Gonna keep fighting.
Awesome. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.
Bye.